Arun, the first question to you. Cricket, has it had a larger social impact in this country or has it had a larger economic impact in this country?
The staggering impact, all pervasive today, I think, is cricket. There are more than 200 dialects in our country. We have different cuisines, so you travel 50 miles and you get a different cuisine. All kinds. We wear different, we think different, we look different, but we are a nation. And one great binding force to this entire amazing country, one that we really treasure, is this game of cricket.
Bollywood, bigger economic impact, bigger social impact?
I think unlike cricket, you see what happened is that IPL found a new innovative idea. Bollywood has found no innovative idea yet. And if I look at Bollywood, I think Bollywood is kind of dying now. Because
Bollywood's dying?
Because unless it finds a new innovative idea, it's about to die because we are globalizing. And as we are globalizing, Bollywood is becoming more and more inert. It's incestuous. And we have to, like all other products, separate the product from the brand. The brands, what we see are stars. The stars are surviving because of piracy. Thank God for piracy, because that's the only way. Bollywood tickets, for example, we keep saying, oh, all making so much money. 90% of India cannot afford to go to the film theater anymore. We call it a mass medium. Of course, it was a mass medium. But Shah Rukh and all our big stars survive because everybody watches pirated movies.
You got women to start watching cricket. How did you manage that? What did you do? And what are the economic implications of that?
I think it's been a steep learning curve for us. Clearly, sport by and large is played by men, watched by men with a miller in their hands. So the truth is it was not very different in India. I mean, you look at a stadium in India, it was built for men to go and watch. In fact, a lot of stadiums in India didn't have washrooms for women. What we were able to do with cricket is to bring in a bit of entertainment, bring in that element of I am going to go and have a good time, never mind the game. That's how you get the fans in. You look at the sport, if you keep talking to the same set of people, as they say, if you keep digging for water at the same place, you're not going to find more water. You got to start digging somewhere else. That's what cricket did. We moved into a different segment to say, how can we fuse entertainment with cricket? How can we make cricket a little more glamorous? But don't take away from the sport. What is played within the boundaries remains as sanctimonious as it can be for us. That is important. That's what you would call a script in Bollywood. What else goes around it is the entertainment, is the ownership, is the fun and frolic that people can have. It's a day out for 3 hours. How many of you sitting here in this room would be willing to watch a game that is played over 5 days and still be interested at the end of the 5th day? There are a few. But the fact is you will not be able to make an economic growth business, use that as an engine to drive the next generation of interested fans with that kind of a format. So you ought to invent, and that's what cricket has been able to do reasonably successfully. From a sport which used to be possibly 98% men to 2% women, the dynamics are looking at 65-35 today. That's a dramatic shift in terms of both viewership and in terms of stadium attendance.
Arun, just a quick yes or no on this. You're a purist. He's fused the game with Bollywood. Do you cringe at times?
Not really. I love Test cricket. I'm one who's raised his hand saying that I'll watch it for 5 days and longer. But the truth of the matter is that you've got to be practical. When I go to a stadium today and I see, hardly anybody there watching, which used to be full in earlier times, I do realize there's some need for something different to happen, and it's happened. And I'm absolutely amazed by the amount that 2020 and IPL has done for the game. Not only bringing the ladies into it, and not only the crowds that are there, but the surpluses generated from it, or the economics of it, has provided so much. Now, the board and its affiliates are being able to channelize that and take it into the rural areas, which is fantastic.
So what will bring Western audiences to watch Bollywood, let's say in London, New York, Paris, wherever? What will bring them in?
More international kind of stories, number one. And number two, we sadly lack production design. production design is becoming a serious part of presentation of a film, and you take an Indian film and look at their production design and look at an international production design, because unfortunately Bollywood say, oh, we've got the star, that's enough. In the rest of the world, it's not enough. You look at Japanese films and American films and European films and look at their design and art. We sadly, like everything else in India, we have a huge problem with design.
I think cricketers are more interested in brand endorsements than doing anything for society. Bollywood, you make movies which are socially responsible, which have with social messages. Otherwise, people are only interested in the box office. Would you both agree, and what can be done about it?
Today, yes, there is an opportunity, and I do believe that cricketers today have a social responsibility, which currently, I've got to say, I'm a little disappointed with their efforts. But yeah, academies are mushrooming; they are making an impact in that way. But basic philanthropy and something like you are devoting your part of your income to the betterment of the sport and taking it to the rural areas or actually contributing there, I'm a little disappointed. More than that, I want to say that I think there's a little bit of a corporate social responsibility for the board as well. This is an opportunity for the board. They've got huge money, the BCCI. Now, they will argue that the entire 100% is corporate social responsibility because it's a non-profit organization. We are actually doing it for the sport. But, take it one step further. Take it to the villages.
Shekhar, why don't other directors in this country make more socially responsible movies?
There's a large number of people that are coming in to make films at a lower level that are doing far more and exhibiting greater social responsibility than the established brands who are not doing, except Amir, who's done Satyamev Jayate, which is a fantastic program.
Coming off the back of the IPL auction, I wonder if you could tell us what business could learn about adopting some of the principles or should reject and avoid some of the processes of the IPL auction in terms of putting people up truly for their market value.
When we went back and looked at the basic premise of what IPL should be, we had a choice. We could build 3 or 4 Manchester United kind of teams where it was about the top 4 teams and you don't know who's going to win the Premier League from the bottom 16. I don't know how many of you will possibly remember the last time anybody outside of the top 4 won the Premiership in UK. We said we didn't want that. You go back to your goals and you say if all teams have to be even, the process of recruitment needs to be even, which means everybody, irrespective of you are the 3rd richest man in the world or you are a startup entrepreneur, will have the same purse. It's not how much in your bank account, it's how much you get to the auction table. You are evened out there. So to me, a fair price discovery process, which is what the players go through, the evenness of the league are lessons that everybody can take on board.